What's up, guys, and welcome back to House Flipper. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to leave a like on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Once again, we were supposed to be playing Supermarket Sim today, but I couldn't go 5 minutes without it crashing on me. So we're gonna have to save that for next week again, but we've still got plenty of work to do here, so it's honestly not that big of a deal. Oh, we have 2 properties. I was kind of thinking we only had one more. This one titled The New Face of Mastery with Jiran. If his last name isn't Amo, that's a missed opportunity. I mean, Geronimo? Come on. And then we've got Pizzalicious Happiness with Chiara. It says, Chiara always dreamed of owning her own restaurant. With her heritage and love for pizza, starting with an Italian venue was a no-brainer. The building her father bought used to be a furniture showroom, so it's in good shape, but it needs some major renovations to transform it into a restaurant. I think we go with this one today. Our previous job was massive. I mean, the place was just enormous, so I'm really hoping that we kind of dial it back a little bit today.
Just look at this place. All this wasted potential. A furniture store? Here. Really?
We're gonna have a lot of stuff to sell, aren't we?
Quite well, but the space deserves something better. Dad and I took notice of it. We wasted no time getting it under our care. I am so happy. I have waited so
Hashtag daddy's
long
money.
to open my
Sorry,
own
somebody had to say
Italian
it.
restaurant. As you might expect, you will have to bring out its best qualities. I want this place to be cozy, so the walls cannot stay this cold shade of blue. I think terracotta red on the walls, combined with some wooden furniture, would be perfect. Find a rustic bar and a stone pizza oven and set the tables. Oh, I'd also like to grow some herbs and spices in here, so I could use a few planters.
She seems very enthusiastic. Hopefully her pizza business does well. Let's take a little look outside first. Usually, if there's stuff outside, I'll forget it, and we'll be like 99% done with the property, and I won't be able to figure out what I've forgotten. But it doesn't look like we need to do anything out here, which is fantastic. So let's make our way inside, and thankfully, it is a smaller building. I'm really glad about that. But it does look like we're gonna have to sell pretty much everything in here. We have 137 objects that need to go. So I guess let's not waste any more time. We'll get after it. Pizza Margherita, or Margherita pizza, but arguably the best kind of pizza. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. A classic Neapolitan pizza made with tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, high quality olive oil, and fresh basil. It really is one of the better pizzas. I'm also kind of a sucker for just a classic pepperoni as well, but we're gonna keep selling stuff. We're nearly done. Only 70 more pieces to go. All right, now that we've got all the dirt cleaned up, all the trash has been thrown away, and the furniture has been scrapped, we're ready to move on to modifying these rooms, or I guess this room. It's just kind of one big space. We're gonna start with 2 columns, right yonder, and then over here, looks like that's gonna be the bathroom, so this is probably gonna be her kitchen area, which does seem a little small. But maybe she doesn't really need that much. I mean, it is just a pizza restaurant after all, right? And just like that, the deed is done. So what do we have to do in the larger room now? Buy 3 of these? Oh, and they're gonna go right here. Well, that gives her quite a bit more space then if this back room area is going to be her pizzeria kitchen. I do kind of appreciate the glass. I think that's a nice touch, personally. And now we just have to buy some more objects, and we can start figuring out the wall and flooring coverings. Same thing in this room. Okay, we're gonna buy a couple more things in here. Same floor, same wall coverings. She did say she wanted to ditch the blue for like a red terracotta, but I haven't seen that in here anywhere. Oh, she wants brick terracotta. Okay, well, we can do that. But if we want to be able to reach the second floor walls up there, we're probably going to need a scaffolding. So I'm going to go ahead and buy one of those, and we'll get after it. I gotta hand it to her. It really does feel quite a bit warmer in here without all of that blue. It's giving Sicily. It's giving Tuscany, right? Italiano. Sorry, Italian. Sometimes I can't help myself. But we're gonna head back into the bathroom and start furnishing this first, since it's the smallest room in the whole place. Do we have a door? We do. We have 3 of them. I was looking for the big door. Maybe that's out here? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Ooh, I like the wood color on this too. Also kind of matches that that terracotta brick sort of color that she was looking for. I'm into it. Okay, do we want it to open up that way though? Yeah, probably. Otherwise it would get in the way of these smaller doors. So I'm gonna wait to do the door for each stall until we have each stall complete. Otherwise we're gonna have to deal with a door being in our way the whole time. So trash can, we are going to put right over here next to where the door would be. Just kind of keep it out of the way. We should probably put the turlet in too, so we can really see how much space we have left to work with. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Hang on, I've never seen that before. I need to do that again. Is it just this toilet, I wonder? Wait for it. Nothing. What is happening? You guys saw that too, right? I'm not crazy. There was like a rat or a mouse or something inside of the toilet bowl. Anyways, we need a toilet paper holder now. Wait, did that say Karen? Kren. Wow, I'm dyslexic. Toilet paper holder Kren. We're gonna put that. Oh, you know what? We should probably use our grid placement. We're gonna put that right over here in the center of the wall. And then since we already have it out, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the other stalls as well. Make sure that it's in the exact same position. Oh, and then we also need those trash cans too. So let's do that, and then we'll add the light switch probably on the left side of this doorway opening. Now we can add our lights like so, and there we are. Of course, we have to make sure we get them all kicked on. And then let's add our doors next. Don't really love that color. That orangey wood, not a big fan of that. I think we swapped that out for anything else. You know what? Let's just go black wood. Having to change this for each door does kind of suck, but that's okay, right? That's okay. Now that we have the doors finished up, though, we need to do the sinks. And it's not gonna leak. Neither one of these are going to leak, but I do want to try to get it centered up in between the two doors. So that one looks like it'll fit okay there. Try to do a similar thing over on this side. Just a small gap. Just a small gap in between the two. No leaks. All right? None of them. We've done it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally done it. 4 sinks, technically, right? No leaks at all. We love that. Okay, next. Mirrors. Does this have a light around it or something? No? What is that? Just a decorative bit, I guess. That's cool. So we've got that one there. We need to put the other one right up alongside of it. Ooh, no. This actually has to go to the right. Just a tad. And then we can do the same with this guy. There we go. That's flush with the side of the sink cabinet there, and then same thing over here. Beautiful. Okay, then we need a trash can out here. Let's do that next. We'll just kind of squeeze that over into the corner. Normally, I wouldn't put the other, like, open end up alongside a wall like that, but just because space is so limited in here, we're gonna do that. Now we need a light switch and also an outlet, but we don't have any lights. So let's fix that real quick. We're gonna let's do 3 of them actually, right up here. Oh no, because it's not gonna center very well. We'll put one there, one here, and then maybe one in the middle of that door. They're at different heights, I'm pretty sure, but that looks nice. Last but not least, we need a clock. And the deed is done. Let me make sure that the stalls are done. Wait, what? Are we supposed to do a different floor in here? Surely that's the same floor, is it not? It's not. It's actually slightly lighter gray. I'm gonna do the doorway also. We're gonna have to change that in each one, aren't we? Amazing. Okay, now we're done. Now the bathroom is complete. Don't love the glass door, too. Didn't even realize that it was that way until just now. But if that's the way she wants it, that's the way she wants it. So be it, right? Okay, now we need this door to lead into, again, what I'm assuming is going to be her kitchen area. And then we've got 2 refrigerators, 4 of these cupboard cabinet looking deals, some more lights, light switch, nothing real crazy back there. Yeah, she hardly needs anything to make pizzas. All right, this should be pretty straightforward then. I'm gonna start by placing just all the large objects first, and then we'll kind of organize after that. Because of the big windows on the side of the kitchen, I kind of took that as she wants the guests to be able to see everything that's going on in here. So I tried to organize it in such a way to where the guests could see all the pizzas being made. And I think it came out really, really nice. And I love the fact that the fire is kind of tucked into this corner of the pizza oven, right? If it were the other corner, then out here, you wouldn't even be able to see the thing. But just something small I wanted to point out. So we're gonna move on to this room now, and we're just gonna bang it out because it's not that much stuff. Easy. Maybe a little too easy, actually. Is there a castle? Dude, there's a whole castle up on the hill and then something else just below it. I really need to start like looking around more when we go to new locations or new jobs and whatnot. But now it is officially time for the final room of this property, and that is like the main sort of eating area. We also need to make some sort of a reception desk. So let's start with that, please. Please tell me where these go. I love that. so much easier when they just tell you. Moving on from the countertop, she'd actually like 3 registers. Thankfully, it is a pretty big counter, so that shouldn't be too terribly difficult. But I'm gonna put one of them over in this corner, I think. We'll do 25 away from the edge of the countertop. And then we need our receipt printer, of course, and also the payment terminal. You bet your sweet bippy that this place has tap too. You just can't beat it. Well, you could, but that would be weird. I desperately want to hear a different song on this job. I feel like it's been the same background music the entire time, but we're making good progress here. We've added an additional trash can outside the bathroom, proper signage just above the door, and then she also wanted a no smoking sign, and I didn't really know where to put it, so I just decided to put it above the door leading into the kitchen. But now, we need to start adding some bar stools. She wants 8 of these suckers, and they, of course, need to be very equally and evenly spaced around this super long countertop. Nailed it! Is it gonna be the same song again? Finally! Finally, something different! Okay, yeah, I do think we nailed that, though. That looks pretty bang on. Some of them might be out a little further than others, but that's fine. As long as the, spacing between all of them is the same. That's all that really matters to me. So now that we have that taken care of, she's got 8 basil plants. Oh, and also 8 short candles and 8 tables. So she probably wants the both of those on each table. We can do that, but we're not quite ready for it just yet. Where should we put this at? She had another one of these back in the kitchen, but it's a little smaller than this guy. We need like a little bit of open wall space, which we don't really have. Maybe right here? It could get in the way, but I also think it's probably the best spot for it. She seems to have either some type of obsession with clocks, or she just wants to be able to know what time it is no matter where she is in this building. We've got a wall clock in the bathroom. We've got a massive one on this wall, another over here, and now a third one. I'm just gonna put it in between these big windows. I like the neon pizza sign going right yonder, but she also wants another one of these cog decoration things. If we put it up too high, though, it's not gonna count toward the space. That works. I'm not crazy about it, but again, we are pretty limited on wall space, especially for large, like, wall decor pieces like that. If we put it up too high, it's gonna think that it's on the second floor, and then it's just not gonna work. So we'll leave it the way it is. She also wants 12 of these little lights, but again, we're kind of running into the same issue where if we place them too high, they're not gonna count toward this room. So I have 3 up there, and it still says that we need 12. So that's not gonna work. We're gonna have to find another location for all of them. I am really struggling to find a spot for these last 2. What about in between these windows? As long as it's the same height as the others, I don't think it'll look weird. Ooh, but you can't exactly put it in the center of these things. We'll do offsets slightly. Something like that. It's gonna have to work. Okay, I think we're finally ready to start adding some tables and chairs into this joint. So she wants 32 chairs and 8 tables, which means 4 chairs per table. Quick math. Took me like a second longer than it probably should have. But let's put down 1 so we can sort of figure out what they're all going to end up looking like. If we put this edge up against the window, just to kind of save space for the center of the restaurant, we should be able to do our chairs like this. 2 on one side, and then 2 on the other. But elsewhere, we could just have 1 on this side, 1 on this side, 1 on this side, 1 on that side. Make sense? I don't know why it's this way, but at least where I live, all of the pizza restaurants that want you to think that you're eating the most authentic Italian pizza always seem to have these. So we're gonna add one on every single table, and I guess worst case, if she doesn't like it, they're just tablecloths, so she can rip them off. But with that, ladies and gents, that is finally the last thing that we needed to do to complete this job. 100% completion, 42, almost 43,000 buckaroonies. And now we get to look at some before and afters. From previous, future... Well, that wasn't very many photos at all. I was trying to say something and had to cut that because I just totally screwed up that sentence. But what I was trying to say is that it went from a furniture store to a pizzeria in hardly any time at all. And now that we will hopefully be back at home, that is where we're going to have to wind things down at for today. But once again, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.